How do you market your HVAC company in 2025? In this video, I have 20 different ways that you can market your HVAC company. Some of them are free, right? So as you know, I own an HVAC company. I work with marketing agencies for my HVAC company, but most of the advertising I do in-house, right? You don't need a marketing agency to do 15 of the 20 things that need to be done, right? Marketing agencies are good at what they do. They're necessary. They will help your company grow. But there's a lot you can do on your own. And there's even some things that you have to do before you even ever consider talking to a marketing company or even paying for ads. So I'm going to go down all 20 of these. We're going to talk about the ones that you have to pay for, and I'm going to talk about the ones that are for free that can really grow your company and boost your bottom line. All right. So let's get right into it. We're going to start with number 1. We're going to go all the way down to number 20. Those are the ones that you should never, ever, ever, ever do, right? So make sure you wait till the end of the video to find out the ones you should always stay away from. All right, so let's go. Number 1, the most powerful, most effective marketing that any company in any industry, anywhere in the world can do is to reach out to your customer list, right? Why is that? Because if someone bought from you once, they're probably going to buy from you again. People who have iPhones typically are going to buy another iPhone. They're not going to buy an Android phone. People who buy Android phones are going to buy another Android phone, right? If you own an HVAC plumbing electrical company and someone chose you out of all the other companies, they chose you for a reason. You don't have to convince them to choose you again. You just have to remind them of your business name. Remind them that you're still in business. Remind them. Because let's be honest, you don't remember what you ate for breakfast yesterday, let alone the roofing company that you used 2 years ago or the HVAC company that serviced 6 months ago. So if you want clients, if you want more opportunities, if you want more leads, you want more jobs throughout the year, make sure that you take that customer list, wherever it is, if it's in a Service Titan or House Call Pro or Jobber or wherever, or Breezy, make sure that you take those names and you put them somewhere where you are reaching out to them throughout the year. Here's the biggest mistake a lot of people do. They only reach out to their customers when they need something. What type of relationship is that? That's a bad relationship, right? So you have to set up something where you are emailing them, an email newsletter, and you're doing text on a consistent basis throughout the year. And if you can automate it, write it, schedule it, so that it goes out and you never have to touch it again, and everything is written out till the end of 2025, that's the best way to do it. Now, if you're saying, hey, I want to do that, this sounds amazing, you can always reach out to me. I have a coaching program, and we'll set it up. We'll help you set it up. Right? We'll tell you the messaging, what to write, when to send it, how to set it up. I'll even tell you which softwares you should go with, right? Because I'm running these in my own company, all right? So number 1, some of you it was a surprise, some of you it wasn't, is your actual customer list, all right? Number 2, do you know what it is? All right, let's go. Number 2 is Google Business Profile. Now, why is Google Business Profile so important, right? How come I haven't talked about ads yet? I'm going to tell you why. Because regardless of anything you ever do, Google is the most powerful. And they're probably going to be the most powerful for a very long time, right? What happens when someone searches something? What comes up on any Google page, right? I type HVAC person near me. The first thing that pops up is Google local service ads. The second thing that pops up is going to be Google pay-per-click ads. The third thing that pops up is going to be the Google business profiles. And then after that is going to be websites. So if you're only focusing on your website, you're focusing on the third thing that pops up. Not very helpful, okay? Now, Google Business Profile, I rank it as number 2 because it's free. And free is easy. Google Business Profile is easy. And this is how you max your Google Business Profile out. Upload as many photos as humanly possible. If you're a one-man show, one man in a truck, that's easy for you because when you're doing jobs, snap photos, make sure they're good photos, photos that would appeal to someone, right? Hey, most of us are walking around with $1,000 camera, right? We got a phone there, takes good photos. Take them, upload them, right? You can upload them from your phone. I would do dozens of them a day. Everything that's in your Google business profile that can be filled out, fill it out. The links, the social icons, product pages, everything. Fill out everything. Google likes things to be filled out. You're going to find yourself inching up towards the top. All right? So, number 3, we're still not at ads yet, right? People say, I want to run ads. And then they run ads and it's not effective because ads are not the most important thing when it comes to marketing. They're actually a lot lower, right? Okay, number 3, your website. You probably guessed it. Okay, now I told you I have 20 things on here. So we're already at website. What else could possibly be on here? A lot of people are only doing 4 out of 20 possible things. And they wonder why they can't compete. They wonder why they're not known. All right. So the website. Now, I'm not a website person, and I don't think contractors should be trying to become website people. Search engine optimization and website design is something that should be put in the hands of professionals. So, but it is important. It's important to note a couple things about websites. Number 1, you don't just want someone to put one up and say, oh, that's a nice looking website. You want the website to convert. So it's not just about having a site. It's about what happens when that site pops up and someone clicks on it. What's written on there that makes them want to book a job? So you can't just say, oh, we're reliable. Oh, we have a lot of reviews. Oh, we're professional. Guess what? Any website says that. So when they go down 3 or 4 or 5, you don't stand out at all. You have to find a way to tell your company's story on that website. You have to have good, solid branding. What is good, solid branding? It's a logo and a truck design and a website design that you didn't make as a contractor. It's something that a professional company made. You know, I don't care if, you know, sometimes we say, well, I used to be a graphic designer, I used to be this, used to be that. Let the professionals design your branding and design your website. Trust me, it's worth it. Okay. So number 3 is website. Can you see yourself doing just these top 3 in 2025? Are there any that you hadn't considered yet, right? Most of you have websites. Most of you have a Google business profile. But have you filled it out completely? Have you contacted your customers more than just blasting them all during the spring and in the fall when it's slow and saying it's time for a tune-up? Have you done anything more than that? Have you set up your email newsletter to send your customers an email that's helpful to them once a month? So we're only at 3 out of 20, and most people watching this video can probably find some things that you can do, that you can change. Okay. All right, let's go to number 4. Number 4 is referral programs. Okay, what is a referral program? A referral program is something that you give to preferably your customers for referring their friends, their family, the people they know, right? I personally take the whole backside of our business cards and dedicate that whole backside to a referral program. So as soon as someone gets my business card, they're instantly educated that we will pay them for a referral, right? We give a certain amount of money for a service call. You refer your friend, hey, here's $20, right? Just to let them know we want referrals, we need referrals. When someone first told me about a referral program, I thought it was hokey. I thought it was a little cringy. I didn't think it would work. It works, and it works really, really well. Because what's in it for somebody to refer you? Nothing, right? So they send you business over and over, their friends and family, and what do they get out of it? Nothing. But if you let people know, hey, we don't want to give money to these big Google and all that. We'd rather give it to you. Times are tough. Economic times are tough. So we're going to pour that ad money. We're going to take it out of Google ads and we're going to give it to you, our loyal customers. And so if you refer someone, we'll give you $25 for a service call or this. That starts to snowball, especially when you start paying it out. Okay. So have a good, solid referral program. I talked about on websites how to make a website actually convert. That's one way to make a website convert. Have the referral program on there. Let people know about it, right? When someone lands on there and they say, ooh, I can earn by referring, referral programs are very powerful. And referrals are at the heart of what you need, because everybody will say, when you talk about advertising, they'll say, well, I don't advertise because I just do word of mouth. That's all I need. A referral program is a powerful word of mouth program, right? Okay. Let's go to number 4. Now we're starting to get into actually probably the first big paid one outside of search engine optimization is Google local service ads. Now this is not Google pay-per-click ads. They're totally different. Google ads and local service ads are completely different. Google local service ads is a very powerful form where they're pretty much vetting customers automatically. You pay for the click, you pay for the call. Google is a little weird right now in 2024, 2025. They're acting a little strange. For my company, I actually pulled all of my money outside of Google local service because it was acting weird. But it is powerful in a lot of markets, and it's worth looking into, right? It's worth at least trying out and monitoring. I will say this about Google local service. In any type of ad where you're getting leads, don't expect to just answer the phone, get the job, or not get the job. And then you get mad because you say it doesn't work. The way these work, Google local service or Facebook ads, is you're paying for that click, you're paying for that phone call. It's your job now to convince the person to book you, and also getting their information so that if they don't schedule, you are able to add them to that email newsletter or add them to that text message marketing, so that maybe you didn't close them today, but you could possibly close them 6 months from now or a year from now. And if you say you're not interested in that, let me tell you a story. I have a customer recently from a Facebook ad that called and didn't book anything. Seemed like a waste of time, seemed like a waste of our money, paying thousands of dollars a month for Facebook ads. Guess what? This person booked a $20,000 job 6 months later because we continue to stay in contact with them, right? So anything that you're doing that is an ad and you're paying for that customer, make sure you are what they call drip marketing that customer, touching and making contact with that customer on a consistent basis throughout the months and throughout the years. All right, because you're going to build that customer list. Remember, if number 1 is the customer list, all of your marketing and branding goals should be to make that customer number in that list bigger so you have more people to reach out to. And eventually, you'll have so many customers in your list that you can start eliminating most of these 20 things here. All right. Okay, let's go to number 4 is, we are at number 5, right? Number 5 is community involvement. Now, this is a big one. Community involvement is how often does your company, not you, okay? How often does your company show up in your community as a company? A lot of times business owners will say, well, I'm heavily active volunteering at church. I'm heavy, I coach these sports teams and all that. Well, that's you. But when does your company show up? When is there a fair downtown or a local food bank program where you show up in your company truck, in your uniform, and you take a picture with a big check next to the food bank saying that you donated that? Or giving away lollipops at the local whatever, in your uniform, in your truck. You have to be at these fairs. You have to be at these community events where people recognize that your company is a part of the community. Your company is not just a business, right? Community involvement, out of 20, I have it ranked as number 5 because it's very powerful when you can make your company an emotional connection to the community. Where I'm a member of my community, My company is also a member of my community. It's not just a company, it's a person, it's a member of the community. It's at all the events. You ever see the guy that's always at the international food fairs downtown? He's at all the festivals downtown, and that person is a strong member in the community. And I know you see companies that are always at those events too. And emotionally, you tie that company to that city, to that town, which gives that company a tremendous, tremendous marketing advantage. All right, so find a way to get your company into the community as much as possible. All right, number 6. This is a massive, massive one. Don't sleep on this, right? Don't lose this. Other tradesmen. If you're an HVAC company, electricians are your best friends. Plumbers are your best friends. Termite companies are your best friends. Pest control companies are your best friends. Why? Okay, this is a very powerful thing that I'm going to tell you. When you reach out to one customer, you're reaching out to one person and maybe their family and friends that they may know in that town. But when you reach out to another trades company, you are reaching thousands and thousands of people. If you just know one technician that works at another company, and that technician is visiting 4 houses per day, and they're going under 4 houses per day, let's say they're an electrician, and they see ducts that are down, they can go up and say, hey, we notice a couple of your duct work is down. Let me give you a card for this company. They can possibly send you hundreds of leads throughout the year. And how much is that costing you? It's probably free, or if you have a good referral program, it may just cost you a small amount for that referral. Certainly a lot less than Google ads, right? Because 1, this person is referring you, which is automatically cheaper. And 2, referrals are powerful. When a professional that they choose says you should use this company to do this, they're automatically going to call because that's a personal referral from someone that they already have chosen to trust. Okay? So what I would do is find some local companies. Anytime you see a local company, don't get scared that they're your competition, even if they're in the same trade as you. Walk up, introduce yourself, give them a card, say, hey, we should trade referrals. Ask for their card too, right? Don't just give a card without asking, because when people refer you, you have to refer them. That's just being a good person, all right? Okay, so where are we? I'm probably going to get some of these numbers wrong. Okay, but I'm pretty sure we're at number 6, possibly. But anyway, if I get the numbers wrong, you get it. We're ranking these. All right. Number 7. Facebook ads. Oh, okay. I know you hate Facebook ads. I did too for a very, very long time. Now, I've been running Facebook ads at this point for 12 months. I pay a couple $1,000s per month. And I made a lot of mistakes at the beginning. I didn't really understand. But Facebook ads are not just cheap people. And that's what I thought. Oh, you know, they always bring cheapos and such. But the reality is, if you have a good person running those Facebook ads, you can get good quality customers. Now, I use a company called AdHenge. I'll put their info in the description. For the first couple months, you know, the ads, they learn. You figure it out. You communicate back to the person who's doing your Facebook ads and tell them what kind of customers are coming in, and they refine the ads if they know what they're doing. That's why I use a certain person. And 2 things are happening, because I always said, well, I'm not getting a lot of good quality customers, but 2 things are happening. 1, you're getting leads. It's your job to close those leads and to drip market those leads, right? It's all tying together. But not only that, you're constantly being branded over and over and over again. And if you're rotating those ads throughout the year and changing them, they're not getting sick of the ads, they're not getting tired of the ads. This is what's going to happen. Eventually, your brand and your company name is going to be so memorable that people are going to stop typing electrician near me, HVAC company near me, and they're going to start typing in your company name, which is going to eliminate all of your competition on the search results because they're bought in. Facebook ads are very, very powerful if you make sure that your ad is branding yourself and your company and communicating value and bringing in leads. It has to do all of them, because if someone doesn't click on the ad, at least it got branded, right? If someone does click on the ad, then you get their information, you drip market them. Never take leads and answer the phone and then they say, okay, never mind, I don't want any service, and you hang up and never contact them again. That's not the point, all right? In my coaching program, if you join, you sign up, I'll teach you all of the follow-up strategies that I use that helps close leads. Remember I told you about that Facebook person that we didn't close until 6 to 8 months later, and it was $20,000, right? That's because I don't just give up and hang up. We give them good information throughout the year. All right, so that is number 7. Let's go to number 8. Now, number 8, I'm a little bit nervous about this one. I can't say that I believe in it at this point, but let's mention it because they're so powerful. And this is Google pay-per-click. Google pay-per-click can bring in a lot of money. Right now in 2025, I'd urge you to be cautious because Google has been making a lot of changes, and just be aware. I don't want the algorithm to pick up anything and this video doesn't get out there. But if you're going to do Google pay-per-click ads, just monitor it really well, and monitor it constantly. Don't wait until it's too late. All right. So that's all I'm going to say on that. All right. Now we're at number 9, your van wrap. There's a lot to be said about van wrap, surprisingly. Okay. So if you already have them wrapped, still listen. There's going to be a couple things that are really important. And for those of you that say they're a waste of money, this is the deal on van wraps. You're never going to get a cheaper ad. And I'm going to tell you why. Because it's a one-time cost. And there's not a lot of things anymore that are one-time cost. I think I just went through 7 or 8 marketing things. All of the ones I mentioned, you have to continually do. How many times do you have to get that van wrapped? Once. And then it's on there for 5 years. How many times do you have to pay to get it wrapped? Once. So if it's $4,000 to wrap it the first year, it's half that the second year. And it's a third that the third year, right? The cost is actually going down. And it's a rolling billboard. It's another touch that your customers are seeing. Have you ever heard that it takes 12 contacts, 12 touches for a company to see your brand before they even contact you? So you're already driving around town. Every van wrap is said to have 50,000 impressions. How much would 50,000 impressions on a Google pay-per-click ad or a Facebook ad cost you? It's going to be more money, 50,000 impressions per day, than a Facebook ad or a Google ad. Very, very, very powerful. I'm going to tell you another thing about marketing when it comes to van wraps is recruiting, right? Who wants to drive around an ugly, busted van and tell their family that they're working for that company, right? Every one of us want to work for a company that looks professional, that acts professional. So those van wraps are even good for internal marketing. So don't sleep on them. If you don't have your vans wrapped completely with a really nice design that you didn't do, that a branding company did, then I would say, I would even put that as number 1 if you haven't done that yet. All right. Now, we're getting down into the lower tier ones, but these are still really, really good. Number 10, social media organic post. I have an entire course on marketing and social media. Our company, we just did a $12,000 job just 2 days ago off of a YouTube video, right? We do multiple service calls for multiple thousands of dollars from our TikTok videos. At the time of this recording, we have about 15,000 TikTok followers. We have about 4,000 YouTube followers. We do really well on social media. That's why I have an entire course dedicated to teach you how to do that. If you want to know about that course, you just reach out to me and I'll tell you all about it. There is some information in the description here. Now, social media organic, what does that mean? YouTube, number 1, right? Because what's the biggest search engine in the world is Google. Who owns YouTube? Google. So if you can post your videos of you doing work and you can tag the location, I don't give all my secrets on the free podcast, right? Because I still have to run my company. I still have to compete. But if you can do your YouTube videos a certain way, people will find them when they're looking for electrical Tucson, Arizona, okay? Because Google is going to serve up those YouTube videos. That's a free tip. Number 2, Facebook groups, local groups are very, very, very powerful. People are communicating in local Facebook groups all day, every day, and it's a really good way to brand your company. It's also one of the hardest. It's easy, but it's hard, and I'll tell you why. It's very easy to post on Facebook. It's very difficult to do it every week, week after week, for 52 weeks, especially when you get really busy. And that's why a lot of people don't do it. But what you can do is you can get a marketing calendar or some sort of marketing scheduler and just check them off every day. You get up early before you go out to your service calls or before you do your office work. You make a post on the local Facebook groups. I'm in 45 local Facebook groups. I go in, I post in 3 of them on Monday, check, check, check. On Tuesday, I post in 3, check, check, check. If I don't get to them one day, then Wednesday, hey, I'm supposed to do 3 a day. Now I have 6 to do, right? It's very hard to do it consistently, but it is very, very powerful, all right? And I can't get into local Facebook groups and social media organic because this video would be 5 hours long, which is why I recorded the entire course on it, all right? Okay, actually, number 10 was social media organic, number 11 was local Facebook groups, and number 12 was YouTube, all right? So now we're getting into what the new generation calls C tier, which is low-level marketing. These are the things where it's going to start to get into, don't spend a lot of time on. And then the last one, I'm going to tell you, never do it. Never, 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 okay? So I hope you're still here. I hope you're watching so that you can know to never do these, all right? But before we get to the nevers, let's talk about number 13, radio ads. I don't think any of you guys are doing radio ads. I don't even think I have to talk about this, okay? Radio is all but dead. It's toast. People are on Spotify, people are on Apple Music, people are listening to podcasts, right? And who's listening to the radio? I'm saying, can we just move on from number 13? Just don't do it, okay? Number 14, direct mail. Now I have a trick here, okay? I love direct mail. A lot of people say it doesn't work. Just because you try something one way doesn't mean the entire thing doesn't work, right? If we were in sports, if this was basketball and we ran a really bad play and it didn't work, we wouldn't say basketball doesn't work. We would say, I need to learn a different play, right? So if you're doing direct mail and you're mailing 2,000, you're just picking a list and you're spending $4,000 to mail to 4,000 homes and you're just blasting it out and nobody called back. It's not how you do it. Instead of mailing to 4,000 homes, just mail to 200 homes 10 times, right? That's 2,000, right? Or mail to 400 homes 10 times. So instead of mailing 4,000 separate homes, mail to 400 people, hit those 400 people 10 times, costs you the same money, but you're hitting someone over and over and over and over, and they're seeing your vans on the road over and over and over, and they're seeing your Facebook ads that's branded over and over and over, and you could possibly dominate a neighborhood of 400 people, right? How much does it cost to mail one direct mail piece? This is a business card, but one postcard is $1. You can easily add that $400 per month to your budget. It's a lot easier than $4,000 one time, right? Pretty easy. $400 a month to mail to 400 homes, and you get one service call out of it, right? A month. It works, all right? Now, I use a company called Dope Marketing to automate that. The way I do it is I send to those 400 homes, once a month, and I'm not going to tell you my secret until you join the coaching program, okay? Because I never know who's watching this. All right, so let's get to number 15, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is more business to business. There's a way to market on LinkedIn. If you want commercial clients, this is how you do it, okay? First of all, you need to be posting on LinkedIn. You need to have your business on LinkedIn. So you have a personal profile, and on there you have a business profile. It's the same as Facebook, where Facebook has your personal profile, then you have a business page. LinkedIn is the same. Personal profile, business page. People will find you on LinkedIn, but the best way to do it is if you have certain clients, certain roofs that you want to get on top of to service the ACs or do PMs or filter changes, then what you're going to do is you're going to find those businesses. You're going to go on LinkedIn, you're going to type in the business name, and you're going to find that general manager on there, because LinkedIn is the Facebook for business, right? This is how I started doing work at a big government agency. I had no idea who to contact. So I typed in the government agency, tons of people came up. I found the guy that said, well, I'm not going to name it, okay, but the person I wanted contact with, I found the person, messaged him, and I got to work. LinkedIn is very powerful if you're doing business to business, if you do commercial. If you do residential only, it may not work as well for you, okay? But I would consider you to at least set up a profile and set up the business page. And whenever you're posting to your Facebook page, go ahead and post to the LinkedIn page, because you want it to be built up in case you have to use it later. All right, now, these are F tiers. These are ones that I don't necessarily recommend. This is 16 through 19, and then number 19 is going to be the never, never, never do it. And then I'm going to give you a tip to make all of this work. All right, number 16 is over the top. It's called OTT. It's streaming TV ads. Television ads, local, right? That's what over the top is. It works. However, the reason why it's all the way at the bottom is you can get so much value from all of these other things. And if you're not maxing out these other things that I told you about, don't even consider over the top. If you are maxing out a lot of these other things, find someone who does local over the top marketing in your area, okay? So let's just let that be a seed in your mind that when you get to that level of marketing, you can start doing that. Okay, 17, TikTok ads, okay? I actually run TikTok ads. I don't spend a lot of money, maybe $100 a month, just to have some of my posts show up in people's feeds locally. It works. $100 a month, what's that to an HVAC company? That's not a lot, okay? So TikTok ads is a good deal. The next opportunities are going to be on your Snapchat, LinkedIn. Those are really your wide open ones where no one is doing anything. All right, TikTok is getting a little saturated. LinkedIn and Snapchat, nobody's doing it. I bet you in 2 to 3 years, everyone will be saturated. And the ones that got ahead will have been ahead, okay? That's how I got so big on TikTok. Everyone was making fun of it. HVAC contractors were saying, little kids are dancing on there. I went on there. Guess what? The average age of TikTok for the last 2 years is 40. And it's the same thing with Snapchat. The age has went up, all right? So, number 18, branding alone with no direct response, okay? And the reason why I say that is branding alone is when you just put things on your Facebook page, you're just putting TikTok videos, but you're not doing any kind of call to action, right? You're not doing limited supplies only, or we're only doing this UV lights for the next 2 weeks at this price. If you're just posting and you're not giving a reason for people to say, oh, I need to call them right now, then you're making a big mistake, all right? Okay, and the last one, before I get into my advice on all this, is Home Advisor and Angie's List. Just say no. Just say no. I have coached, I don't even remember how many companies over the last couple of years. I have done a deep dive in return on investment on these avenues for companies all over the country, some in Canada. It's not a good deal. Don't do it. Especially, I've just given you 18 different ways to market. Just stay away from Home Advisor and Angie's List. Okay, I have one piece of advice for you, and I hope for those of you that have stayed and listened to this entire thing, these are the 3 things that you want to do in your marketing. This is almost like the Bible of marketing. This is what's going to make all of this work. Number 1, all of your ads on all of these things should be branded. Okay, let's pull out this business card. This isn't mine. This is something that happened to be on my desk. Image graphics. Okay, so this is this person's logo. All of their ads should have this color. All of their vehicles should have this color, this branding, all of their postings. What I'm trying to say is, and this is my problem with AI photography, when you make these AI things that make photos for you, they're not branded. You want people, when they see your truck down the road, they associate it and they say, oh, I know that company. They may not know you, but they say, oh, I know that company, because they see you on Facebook, they see you on YouTube, they see you on TikTok, they see you on this, they see you on this, they see your website. It should always all be the same. All your postcards should look exactly the same. Everything should look exactly the same. That's branding. If you're not making everything look exactly the same, you can actually go in and change everything that you're doing now to look the same, and it'll automatically boost your calls, I guarantee. Because it takes 12 touches for people to even consider hiring you. And it's not a touch if they look different, because people are not associating it. Okay. Number 2, this is the most important thing in anything in your life. Anything is consistency. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to do this year and have it in your mind. Anything in your mind will not get done. You need to get it out of your mind. You need to get it into a system that's consistent. Consistency is the most powerful. Let's take an example. Let's say YouTube. Okay. Oh, I'm going to post more YouTube videos this year. Okay, that's in your mind. It's not going to happen. When you say, I'm going to film 3 videos a week, and then I'm going to go into YouTube and I'm going to schedule those videos once I get to, let's say, 30, then I'm going to go in and schedule each video to come out once a week. If you have 30 videos, then you're automatically going to have a video a week for 30 weeks. Right? That's a good portion of the year. My YouTube videos are scheduled right now. It's December 29th, 2024. My YouTube videos are uploaded and pre-scheduled to automatically come out until April. I never have to worry about it again. If I get behind for 2 months in the summertime, I'll still be ahead. Okay? So you have to find a way to make it consistent by setting up a system for it to work. So you write down all 20 of these things, you check the ones that you're going to do this year, and then you start writing out a system on how you're going to make it consistent. All right. And number 3, I just kind of said it in a way, is automation. Branding, consistency, and automation. If you can make them all branded, you can make them consistent by using automations. Facebook has an automated scheduling tool. YouTube has an automated scheduling tool. Your Facebook ads are automated already, right? Your LSA is automated because you're just putting your card in and it's running. Set those automations. If there's one that doesn't have an automation, make a spreadsheet. Get a book, a composition book, or a big calendar. Those are very powerful. You know, those big calendars. And you just type in, when you get up in the morning, you post on Facebook, you put FB, check. YouTube, check. And you want to see every day filled with checks. That's a way to automate it, to keep yourself accountable, right? Accountability is very powerful. All right. If you enjoyed this, go check out some of the other podcast episodes, some of the other YouTube videos. If you need help, extra help with this, and you say this is overwhelming, it's a lot, I can help you. I've coached businesses for the last couple of years. I've helped grow businesses, to 7 figures. I've coached businesses all the way from 300K to 8 million. I'm here to help you. If you're interested in that, just leave a comment, or in the description, you know where to find me. All right. I hope you learned something from this. Thanks for watching.